In the last video I showed you some basics of formulas and functions, and I'm going to show you a little bit more depth now. So if you remember, what we looked at last video was about multiplying and some sum functions. So I'm going to show you a little bit more about how we do that again. So let's say we want to add two cells. Again, we always start, can you remember, with the equals, and then we click on the cell itself. So this time I want to add 12 and 4, so it's B5, and we use shift and plus C5, and I press enter, and that will give me the value. And if you recall, whenever I change these values, it will change the answer. That's why spreadsheets are so great. And the subtract, I'm sure you've guessed by now, is B6 minus C6. Okay, and I press enter, and again, if I change that value there, let's do 30. Okay, see that it's working. Divide, this is a bit different than maybe you're used to doing if you remember with math. It's equals B7, but this time we use a forward slash, which is next to the shift key on your keyboard, and then we click the next cell, which is C7. So remember, I'm using the cell references, not the cell values. So I shouldn't be doing 12 forward slash 4. I'm always using the cell values here. And again, look, that one's 3, we did that to 16, and it will even give us fractional values. Look, there we go. And you've seen multiply, so it's equals. I will leave that one for you to work out for yourself. Now, I don't know if you've done this in maths yet, but we can also use brackets. Imagine I want to say add 12 and 4 and then multiply by 2. What I would do is do equals that plus that, but I've forgotten to do the brackets, so I can go back into the cell and edit. So I've got the brackets here, and then I can say multiply by 2. So it will do the brackets first, remember, from your maths, and then it will multiply there last. So look what happens if I don't do that. If I get rid of the brackets. Totally different answer. So remember, those brackets are telling us that we need to do the bit in brackets first. Okay, so that's some more basic introductory formulas in Google Sheets.